What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be basically talking about why I believe the 2021 draft class is probably one of the most overrated draft class when it comes to quarterbacks. Without further ado, please like, please subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. So in this draft class, Trevor Lawrence was probably one of the most overhyped prospects we've seen. We thought that he was going to be the most generational quarterbacks. We basically uh, compared him to Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. And let's be honest, he really hasn't turned out to be that kind of quarterback. Now, I think he still has a chance to still do it. But I mean, again, he was drafted number one overall. Went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. He basically went to an Urban Meyer Jaguars team. No one puts that against him. He went 1-16 with that team. Again, Urban Meyer was probably one of the worst coaches ever, and he got fired after that season. And then he basically the next season with Doug Peterson blossomed, went to the divisional round, lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, but pulled off one of the most epic comebacks in NFL history by beating the Chargers 27-0 to 31-30 against the Chargers in the wild card round. And we all thought that, wait, maybe Trevor Lawrence might be the next coming quarterback in the league. He might be the biggest threat to Patrick Mahomes. And, well, he took a step back the next year. Now, statistic wise, he wasn't. He still had a 4,000-yard passing season. But again, he started turning over the ball at an alarming rate. And again, Trevor Lawrence, his record in the league is 20-30 as an NFL starter. Now, most of those losses did come when he basically had Urban Meyer as his head coach. Now, I still believe, and I'm a big Trevor Lawrence fan, I think Trevor Lawrence can be really good. Like, I think he has the potential to be the face of the league. He just needs to be put in the right situation, and I guess he has been, right? He basically has a really good wide receiver in Christian Kirk. Ingram is a very good tight end. He has Doug Peterson, who's a Super Bowl winning head coach. But again, he does make a lot of mistakes, and he kind of reminds me of Josh Allen. But Josh Allen does win games when it matters the most, and Trevor Lawrence really has a problem when it comes to fumbling the football. He has a problem when it comes to turning over the ball, and that just basically has hindered the Jaguars' success. But again, Trevor Lawrence is still, in my opinion, the best quarterback in the draft class for sure. I mean, there's no question denying that. He definitely has the potential to be one of the best quarterbacks we've seen in a while. And I think Trevor Lawrence will still be a really good starter in the league. I have no doubts about that. Next, I want to talk about Zach Wilson. Now, Zach Wilson was basically drafted to the New York Jets with the second overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. He was a quarterback for BYU, had pretty good seasons. His best season was basically 2020, 3,600 yards passing, and I think Zach Wilson is a pretty good quarterback. He's not bad. I mean, now Jets fans will disagree with me, and I understand where they're coming from. He basically is very hesitant throwing the football, but let's be honest, his offensive line sucks. Like, he was never put in a good situation to succeed. Now, again, I don't think Zach Wilson is going to be a starter in the league. I think that's past him. I think he has a chance to be a really, really good backup, but it's just a missed opportunity for the Jets, man. I mean, now they have Aaron Rodgers, but you only basically have Aaron Rodgers for a year, and this was an opportunity to basically get your quarterback of the future because you don't get number two picks very often, right? And now it's going to take a long time for the Jets to go get their quarterback after Aaron Rodgers is done. And I felt like, why go get Zach Wilson? I just didn't understand the pick. Justin Fields was right on the board. You had Trey Lance, maybe. You had Mac Jones. I felt like those were all better options that would have worked with the Jets. I just never understood why the New York Jets wanted to go and roll with Zach Wilson. Now, I do understand their part where, like, his pro day was really good, and I guess now the NFL GMs take a lot into consideration of the pro day, and I think that was a big mistake because, I mean, Zach Wilson has really not translated to the league. I mean, again, Jets defense is really good. Their defense basically holds them to games, and it just the offense behind Zach Wilson just sucks. I remember when Mike White, their backup, was better than Zach Wilson, and again, Zach Wilson is just. I feel like he's a career backup. I don't think he has what it takes to be a starter. But again, he can prove me wrong. But he's been an absolute bust. And I just don't think he has what it takes to be a starter. But I think he'd be a solid backup. But just a missed opportunity for the Jets. Now I want to talk about the third overall pick in the draft, Trey Lance. Real quick, there's really nothing much to say about Trey Lance. I mean, just a missed opportunity for the San Francisco 49ers again. Like, I mean, you traded basically your whole team. Like, what I mean by whole team, like your whole future to get Trey Lance at number 3, and I didn't see what they saw. Like Trey Lance was good, like for that 1 year in North Dakota State, but again, he's a quarterback from North Dakota State, and I get it. Like he was a project, and like he could have been good if he wasn't if he was healthy, but like I just didn't understand why the 49ers didn't go for Justin Fields or go for Mac Jones. Like I feel like those two again, I like the Jets should have done it, the 49ers make the same mistake. Like Trey Lance has a good deep ball. Again, his arm is fantastic, but he's really bad at like going through his progressions. He's been really injury prone for a lot of years. He basically has only played 4 games as a starter. He's 2-2 as a starter. He didn't look good in preseason. He basically lost his job to Sam Darnold, for crying out loud. Like again, Trey Lance has just been a bust, and it's just crazy because I'm a big Trey Lance believer. I thought the 49ers could probably go and fix him. Like he went to the best situation possible, the San Francisco 49ers. Kyle Shanahan, he had he had sorry, not Brock Purdy. He had George Kittle. He had I think he also had Debo Samuel. He had Brandon Ayuk, Trent Williams. Like he had probably the best team around him. Out of all these quarterbacks, he went to the best situation possible and still did not prosper. And again, I think Trey Lance is just another missed opportunity for the San Francisco 49ers. Again, 2-2 as a starter. He didn't play that many snaps, but again, it's just a big missed opportunity. Now let's get into the fourth quarterback that was taken in this draft. Justin Fields, pick 11 from the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears traded up for the New York Giants, gave up a first round pick next year, the next year after that, and then basically got Justin Fields. And as a Chicago Bears fan, I was so happy. Like I was just like, let's go. Justin Fields is a really good starter. I thought he should have been on the Jets or the 49ers, but I'm so happy that the Chicago Bears finally got him. And again, I think he was another missed opportunity for the Chicago Bears because I mean, the situation that Justin Fields went into was just terrible. The offensive line was garbage. A lot of bad contracts, not many weapons. A coach that was just over himself, did not know how to coach Justin Fields. Basically threw him out for failure, and then got fired the next year. Got a new whole coaching staff. Went with Matt Eberflus, Luke Getsy. Played and then again had the worst season possible after that 3-14. His best weapons were basically Equinemius St. Brown and Darnell Mooney, who was then injured for half the year. Like again, there's so much turmoil for Justin Fields. Had probably one of the worst offensive lines in football. And then the next year after that, finally got DJ Moore. But then they had the worst offensive line still. And then also, I wouldn't say the worst offensive line, but again, like a very injury prone offensive line. And then I mean, let's be honest. Other than DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney was just not good last year. And then another thing I would say is Luke Getsy, probably one of the worst coaches ever. And just I feel like Justin Fields going to Chicago Bears. I don't know why the Bears even traded up for get Justin Fields. Like just looking back, we just didn't deserve Justin Fields at the time. Like he did not. We were not ready to get a quarterback. Like we were still in the rebuilding process where we had to get rid of bad contracts, and we just ruined this guy's career. And I feel like 10-28 as a starter, not really well. Now, I feel like he has a lot of potential to be a really good starter in the football league, whether it's with the Chicago Bears or whether it's with another football team. He has the arm talent. He has the leg talent when it comes to running the ball. I feel like he's the best runner in the league. You can argue Lamar Jackson, but I feel like pure runner, it's got to be Justin Fields. But again, I can still see the argument with Lamar Jackson. Now, I think Justin Fields just still holds on to the ball way too long. He does have some bad habits. He doesn't read his progressions like well, but again, he does need to have good weapons around him for him to succeed. He's not a perfect quarterback. He's not a generational prospect, but he could definitely be good. So again, another missed opportunity for the Bears. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a missed opportunity. I feel like a mishandling from the Bears. Like they could have got Justin Fields weapons earlier in his career. They could have helped him, got a better coaching staff. Having Luke Getsy for that long, which is I don't know what the Bears were doing. But anyways, let's get on with the last um quarterback that was taking, Mac Jones. I'm not going to really talk that much about Mac Jones. I feel like it's self-explanatory. Mac Jones just did not work out with the 49ers. I mean, it's not the 49ers, the Patriots. He was 16th overall pick. He was pretty good his first season as a Pro Bowler, and then again, he got injured. And I'm not injured. I'm mixing him with Trey Lance, sorry. He basically played well and then regressed the next year. And again, having Matt Patricia as your play caller just made no sense. The Patriots never gave him good weapons. His offensive line was just garbage every year. Again, they just ruined Mac Jones. His confidence went down, and the whole locker room just started not believing in Mac Jones. But again, the coaching staff was just garbage. And again, the Mac Jones hate is just got to stop. Like, I feel like he isn't bad. If he went to the 49ers, he would have been fantastic. We would be talking about Mac Jones right now. Because I think Mac Jones is a better talent-wise than Brock Purdy, for sure. It's not even a question. Brock Purdy is not that good, and I feel like people overrate that guy, right? Mac Jones is 100 times better than him, and it's just sad that he went to a bad situation. He should have been a 49er. He was probably the most NFL ready quarterback I've seen in a very long time, and out of all those quarterbacks in the draft class, Mac Jones was the most NFL ready. Now, if I had to rank all these quarterbacks from like best and most successful, I'm definitely going Trevor Lawrence number one. He basically, in my opinion, is probably the most solidified starter out of all these quarterbacks here. I think number two is Justin Fields or Mac Jones. I think you can tie both of them, but I feel like Justin Fields has the better ceiling over Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones right now, again, he got traded for a 7th round pick, so he's basically a backup. Trey Lance was a backup now. Zach Wilson's a backup. Justin Fields might be a backup. Trevor Lawrence is the only one that is going to be a solidified starter no matter what. And it's just sad to see how these quarterbacks really just rotted because of the bad situations they went to. And it's just sad. I mean, that just goes to show that the team matters. Like, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the right team, you're not going to succeed. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Please like, please subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. And without further ado, that's going to end the video. Peace.